Alright, let's get started for today. Position my chair a little bit here. There we go. So, start of the day, we're going to warm up a little bit. Again, these warm-ups and stuff are just about getting fingers moving. So I've played a few notes, played a few chords. I know I showed this on another video and stuff. I'm going to show it again. These chords, I probably need to save this to a file so it's a little easier to pull up. Just a second here. Probably should save this to a file or whatnot. I will after this video maybe. That way it's easier to pull up. Every time I go to do this, it's a little harder each time. So these are some of the chords that I showed in another video. And here it is, right here. Finally got it. As soon as it loads up on my computer. In the meantime, while it's loading up, the chords I'm talking about and stuff are the A, for me. It says that slide this over here, makes the screen out, and transition. There you go. And now you can see the chords I'm talking about. C. There's 5 beginner chords and stuff, nothing major. I've shown you in other videos and stuff. There's a lot more chords than just these. But these are just some of the beginner chords and stuff. Playing them over and over and stuff can help you also warm up your fingers a little bit for the day. Not only does it help you warm up your fingers a little bit, get them moving around or whatnot, but it also keeps your ears trained on what these chords sound like and stuff. So from day to day or whatever and stuff, if they don't sound the same, then it may not be so much your finger placement, or it could be your finger placement, but it also could be the tuning on the guitar. So you may have to check the tuning on your guitar, which I haven't done that today, but they don't sound too far off, so I'm a little more used to the way they're supposed to sound and everything. But yeah. So a few other chords and stuff that kind of go along with these. So there's you got the A right there. There's also an A minor chord, which is not much different than what they're showing right there. The 3 being up 1 fret, so instead of the 3 being right there, even with the other 2 fingers that you're using, you would simply take your pinky off, or whatever finger you're using for number 3, slide the other 2 fingers down a little bit and put your first finger up there on the first fret, just above where the 3 is. And you notice a little bit of difference there. The better your ears get trained and stuff, the more you'll notice that difference. Then you got that D right there. Now there is a such thing as also a D minor. That requires a change of your finger positions as well. Sound difference. And then you got the E right there. Now I believe there is also an E minor. I believe all you gotta do is take your first finger off, play the E minor. It's been a while since I've looked at the E minor. And then you got the G right there. Now is there a G minor or G major or anything different other than just a regular G? And yes, there is. I'm not sure how to play them exactly, but yes, I know there is. And we'll get farther into that. Now there's a C right here. Is there a C minor? Well, for all these notes and stuff that you see on here, there's probably something that goes along with it that you can augment a little bit and stuff to change the way the chords sound, which then also changes the name of the chord from an A to an A sus to an A minor to a augmented or whatever it may be. Again, music theory and stuff will help you to determine that sort of stuff if you get into learning about music theory. Otherwise and stuff, if you're just looking for songs to play that go along with this, I showed this in one of my other videos as well. Let me get it pulled up here real quick. This shouldn't take as long because I've already got it pulled up. I just gotta make a few minor adjustments here. Go ahead and close that out. Close that out. And pause that. And then change the screens around a little bit here. Okay. This song right here, we looked at it yesterday, I believe. This song is called Wild Thing by the Troggs. I believe it was made back in the 50s or 60s. This is the absolute beginner version of the song. I believe there's 2 or 3 other different versions of the song and stuff, but for beginners and stuff, this is what we start with, just so we can get used to the song and whatnot. Like, as you can see there and stuff, it's got the A, the D, the E, the G. And then it's down here below and stuff, it's got all those same ones right here, so you're just going to basically translate these letters into those chords. And there's your lyrics right there underneath each chord and all and whatnot and stuff. The A, D, E, I'm not sure exactly what that means at the top. But once you get to the point where you're playing this a little bit, so to help you play the song as well, we're going to switch it over to this right here. Just to get our rhythm and our tempo of what it's supposed to sound like. I'm going to put that on pause, come back to this. And now we kind of know what it's supposed to sound like and what kind of tempo we're looking for. Yesterday I went through a little bit of the idea, this GAG right here, or the GAGA right there and stuff. Like I said, this is the absolute beginner version of this song. There's different versions of it. I showed you yesterday and stuff. It's something that's kind of new to me. But I did work on it a little bit yesterday. I probably can't play it any better than what I did yesterday, but we'll make it a tip too. So. Now the idea of this and stuff is just I'm using one finger for the A chord. Doing that and stuff, I got to be sure to keep that finger off that bottom string. If I want to hear what it sounds like rung out and stuff, I simply just pluck each string, make sure each string is ringing out properly. Now, can you do that at the fast pace that you're trying to play that at, where it's you can't really check it at that fast pace and stuff, so maybe don't try to play it as fast as what I'm trying to and stuff. Make sure you're getting it right. The G. Just to make sure you're hitting the note of the chords correctly and all that sort of stuff. But, so yes, and I mean, it's, again, another easy song and stuff. Once you get to where you think you can play this song or whatnot, if you can, great. If you can't yet, that's fine. Keep working on it. It's not really that long of a song, but it's a great song for beginners, a great song to warm up to, great song to practice and get better at, so forth, so on. And see, I actually play the G-A, the G-A-G, and then the A again, because when you go to the next line, you kind of hold that for a little bit, and then you go back to playing it again, and let the A ring out. As you can see, I'm still working on trying to get better at that. It'll be a daily task and stuff, and one day it just all of a sudden happened where just, I got it, sort of thing. So yeah, so you would do the lyrics for that or something or whatnot, and then play that little G-A-G part and stuff, and eventually get back down to, so it has this A-D, E-D in there, and I'm assuming, now we haven't gone to the music and stuff to try to actually play along with the music, but play that pretty much twice and then go back. It's probably kind of a little bit of a solo part and stuff on the guitar, plus maybe drums or whatever it may be, to where there's no lyrics involved and stuff. When you're watching the video here, and they're doing this part, you kind of see them moving around or whatnot and stuff. And yes, that video is probably from the 50s or 60s or whatever. And these are the troggs and stuff. It looks like there's a picture maybe back there from the Beatles or whatnot. It could be these guys as well. I'm not sure. But either way, so once you get to where you can play the song and stuff at a decent speed, then you might try to play the song on your guitar and keep up with what they're doing at the same time. Now, like I said, there are different versions of this song out there and stuff as far as this tablature is concerned. It gets into more detail, but this one right here just so happens to be absolute beginner. Another version may be a beginner, and then another version may be intermediate, to where you're having to keep up with more stuff. Now, do all the songs on tablature have this? No, but there is another song here that I got that has these chords listed on here and stuff. It has a little bit more information on it. Pull it up right here. This song right here, Mr. Jones, Chords by Counting Crows. It's another beginner song. Now this is just the beginner version of this song. If this ends up loading up and stuff, you'll see what I mean. We got the A minor right there, which, if this is the A, if you look up what an A minor is just by typing in AM guitar chord in the Google search and stuff, it'll show you what an A minor is. I already actually know, but it's pretty much this right here. So it's A minor. And then what about an F? Okay, well, there are a couple different ways of playing an F. If the picture ever shows up right here, let's see if I can refresh this and see if it'll pop up or not. It may or may not. I don't know. It's been up there for a little bit. So, yep, there it is right there. I'm sure other things will pop up with this, but so there's your A minor right there. And then the F that you're looking at right there. So there's a couple different ways to actually do this F. Pause that. So there's a couple different ways to do this F right here. The F chord. So that's what's known more as a bar chord and stuff. You see the bar going across that first fret there. Well, that's where your finger's supposed to go across, and then you place your other three fingers in their rightful spots. It shows 3, 4, and 2. The third finger being on that A string, the fourth finger being on the D string, and then the second finger, your middle finger, being on the G string right there. And I still struggle trying to go from any kind of regular chord to a bar chord. That's what this is considered as a bar chord, because you're putting your finger across all the 6 strings, your first finger and stuff, like a bar. And you got to make the shape with the other 3 fingers. And I haven't been able to transition fast enough between like an A minor to an F. It just takes more practice. So A minor to an F. And then you got the D minor. Well, I mentioned that earlier and stuff in the other, when I was showing the chords there and stuff. You have the D right here, and then the D minor. You got the G right there, which you should already know. The C. And then what's called an F major 7. Why it has the number 7 at the end, again, music theory is going to tell you why it's considered a F major 7. But basically, you're going to move all your fingers that are currently sitting where the C is, except for the first finger. So the first finger is going to stay the same. The rest of the fingers shift down 1 string. And you're only going to play the bottom 4 strings and stuff due to it showing those 2 X's right there. So those top 2 strings, the E and the A string, are not being hit or strummed. So you got the C and then the F major 7. That's why I say there's so many chords out there to learn. You can learn all of them and stuff, but it's going to take you some time. But even learning all of them, you don't know what songs you're going to end up using them in, or how they're going to end up being, how you're going to end up transitioning from one to another. So even though you're practicing that A, D, E, G, and C chords that I showed you at the beginning and stuff, you may not know how you're actually going to be transitioning from one to another. In that first song right here, Wild Thing, obviously there's a spot where you transition from a G, A, G in a very quick way. Which, if you're just learning these chords for the first time and stuff, this is going to be a very difficult thing for you to do until you get a lot of time practicing and working on how to transition from those chords. So this does include a couple other things. This song is a beginner song. It's tuned in our E standard tuning. Key is A minor, no capo needed. Can be played on guitar, ukulele, piano, or at least they show how to play it on that. If you just click on it and stuff right there, I'm sure things will change. I'm not going to click on it though. Put that back on pause again. This one does show, though, our tempo. So this song is played at 142 beats per minute. So if you have that metronome, you can set it up to 142 beats per minute, or 142 and stuff, and you can kind of tell how fast this is strummed. It also has a strumming pattern. Now this right here is kind of foreign to me. I'm not sure what this is right here. I'd have to look it up to find out. You can look it up if you want to. But this is our strumming pattern right here. So if we just try that strumming pattern first, down, up. So when we go down, we hit the strings. When we go up, we don't hit the strings. Down, hit the strings. Up, don't hit the strings. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So down on the 1, nothing on the end. Down on the 2, nothing on the end. Down on the 3, and that's if you're following along with me on the strumming here. So we're going to strum. That's right here. We're going to strum down on this one right here. Our hand's going to come back up, but we're not going to hit any strings. On this one right here, we're going to strum down for the second quarter. By the way, this is also indicating how many quarters or whatnot's kind of being played in the song. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But this goes up to 8, and I don't really count that high because most of your bars in music don't really go up to an 8. Sometimes they do, but most of the time it's 1 and 2, and so these are all quarter notes. Now, in some songs and stuff, yes, there can be half notes, eighth notes, 16th, even down to 32nd notes and stuff. And when I was in band in high school and stuff, they told us to count it as 1 and 2 and 3 for quarter notes. If it was half notes, it would be 1, 2, 3, half notes would be 1, and then 3. Quarter notes would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so forth and so on. They may have changed that teaching. That's why I haven't really mentioned it too much. But in this case and stuff, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 clipped 8. You always end on an and, because if you're strumming up and down, keeping a consistent rhythm with your hand, down on a strum, and then back up to get back into the starting position. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, or in this case 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and that's where you would stop. So yeah, I did that a little bit fast. Let's slow it back down again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. That's the kind of, now I've got my hand here kind of muting the strings a little bit, so it's just, you just kind of hear the strumming and stuff. But 142 beats per minute. I do have a metronome built into one of my amps. I'll demonstrate that, but as that's coming on and stuff, I'll show you here. And this is the pretty much the beginner version of how to play this song. I'm sure if there was an intermediate or pro or expert or whatnot version and stuff, it'd look a lot more different than this, maybe even more complicated than this. So let me change this over to my metronome, and then change this to 142, and you can kind of get an idea of how fast-paced this song is. So that's how fast-paced that song is. That's 142. And if you're not familiar with that, it doesn't mean we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. No, every time you hear that sound, it's down. 1, 2, and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 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 and 3 and 4, so forth and so on. So every time you hear the sound, you should be down, as if you're hitting a drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm just hitting my legs, all I'm doing, but it kind of gives you the idea. Every time you hear the sound, it's down. You got to come back up so you can repeat that sound again. So in this song and stuff, I've tried playing this song a few times and stuff. I'm not really that great with it. Like I said, transitioning to that F bar chord right there is a little bit difficult. I've also listened to the song a couple times. If you're not familiar with what the song is, alright, here it is. And there it is, Counting Crows by Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones by Counting Crows, sorry. I said that backwards. But there's kind of an idea of what the song's supposed to sound like. So, now, I can't keep up with it. I can't play it that fast and stuff. But what I can do is kind of demonstrate how this is supposed to be played. So we start off with the 8 minor. Then we go to the barred F chord. And then we go to the D minor. Now, here's something we haven't seen yet. So I've got my fingers sitting right there and stuff. I know you can't see them very well for the F bar chord. Going from the F bar chord to the D minor, there is a similarity, so it makes it a little easier to transition. If you look at this right here graph, first finger going across there, our ring fingers right here, our pinkies right there, our middle fingers right there. Going from that to the D minor, our middle finger stays in that same spot. It does not move. It's still the 2nd fret on the G string right there, and right here as well. So when we lift our hands, that's one finger we don't have to move. It can keep its position, which will help guide the other fingers and stuff to where they need to go. So all we got to do is lift our fingers up, and we're not going to be using our pinky this time for that D minor. Instead, we use our ring finger right there, the 3rd finger, here where it says 3, on that B string, 3rd fret down, our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the high E string. So it's a similarity between two chords to where it helps us to transition from one chord to another if we keep whatever finger is similar from one chord to the next the same. It's a good habit to get into. It'll help you transition between two chords a little faster and a little easier. So again, start off with A minor. And yes, I'm playing this a little fast and stuff, but I'm going to slow down transitioning. Going from that to the F. Going from the F to the D minor. Going from the D minor to the G. And then back to the A. Now, I haven't practiced this a whole lot and stuff as far as being able to play this song. And what I mean by a whole lot and stuff is I've only gotten maybe 2 or 3 days of trying this song out and just trying to transition back and forth. My biggest struggle is the F. Now, somebody did tell me you can switch this F right here to close to what this F major 7 is. It probably won't sound exactly the same though. What they told me was you can basically put your finger across those first two. It's very similar to this one right here. Instead of just having the finger on the B string at the first fret, you actually lay it across both the first fret for the B and the high E. And that would be an F. And yes, it is an F, but it's not going to have the same sound to it. So the difference between these two sounds, 4 strings on an F major 7, and then the bar 7. There's a huge difference in that sound right there. Somebody told me I could do that and stuff. I don't remember who it was exactly and stuff. It's not a big deal, but we like to try to get it right the first time. We're using the easy version this time around and stuff. When we got this down and we're getting really good at this and stuff, maybe we can advance from the beginner version with difficulty beginner to the intermediate version. So, and yes, I've got a lot of songs that I'm trying to work on learning how to play, but it allows my fingers to get used to so many different positions, trying so many different things, and challenging myself on a daily basis. Because who wants to sit here and do the same exercise all day long, every day for weeks on end, going... sort of thing. We can do that all day long and stuff, but it's not going to improve our guitar playing and stuff if we're not mixing it up a little bit and making our fingers do different things on a consistent basis. Now, if we worked on this for a week or two solid and stuff, then yes, we can have this song memorized probably within a month, if you're at more of my speed and stuff. Kind of like what I have memorized right now as far as Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, or Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll. I do have those songs pretty well memorized. I'm not the best at playing them yet, but I do have them pretty close to memorized. I can almost play along with the song on the YouTube video on those, and I've been working on those for the Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. I think I spent 3 months on that. The I Love Rock and Roll, I think I spent 2 months on that. And now I'm at the point where I'm pretty much playing them once or twice a day, just so I don't forget how to play them and maybe improve upon them. But when I play them, I try to play along with the song. That way I'm improving my play style with the song to try to actually play along with the song. I'm not just trying to play it by myself. So again, A minor, you'll notice and stuff that I am not keeping to this strumming pattern either very well. This strumming pattern right here, I am not doing a very good job about keeping to that. So there's a lot of things I'm trying to focus on this and stuff, but I'm trying to improve my transitioning from one chord to the next over here, and that's more where my focus is. Getting my fingers used to jumping across those chords. Now, on the A, D, G, C, and E chords and stuff that I showed you at the beginning of the video, yes, I am getting faster at being able to transition between those, but I was just as slow doing that when I first started as what I am going from the A minor to the F and whatnot. Anytime you go to a new song and stuff and you start learning the song from scratch and stuff, you're going to be slow at it again. You're going to feel like you're an absolute beginner again until you start working at it and working at it and working at it. But yes, I mean... can't transition extremely fast at them, but I can transition a lot faster at that than what I can at this currently. And does it sound perfect every time when I transition? No, I still gotta keep working on it. Anyways, so there's kind of the idea and stuff. So today's video and stuff, I don't know if I'm gonna do any more videos. I may just try to practice this stuff a little bit by myself for a while and stuff. If I do another video, that'll be fine and stuff. You'll see it later. But if I don't, then that's fine as well. But this is kind of just demonstrating to you and stuff that I'm still working on this stuff, still trying to progress at it, and I'm trying to show my progression daily. So until my next video, enjoy what you've learned on here. I hope you continue progressing in your guitar playing, picking up your guitar every day, keep practicing every day, just like I'm trying to on a daily basis and stuff, even if it's just the exercise that I do for 15 minutes to a half hour, or if I continue throughout the day and stuff from the exercises to trying to improve my song playing. So until the next video, if you end up liking this or have any comments or questions or whatnot, feel free to leave them in the video. Have a good day.